Hello, guys. So, can you tell me in the chat, please, if you hear me? Just for checking. Yes, okay. Oh, yes, I'm pretty nervous because I'm doing my first webinar ever in my life. And usually I do other kind of formats like interactive, like outside on the streets. And now I'm speaking to myself. And yeah, but we are going to get used to it. But I want my clients, my participants of my classes, I want them to know that I'm also a human. Yes, I'm not the confident guy that's are not afraid of anything. No, I have depression, I have fears, I have all this stuff, I have my lows and downs, and it's not about to be perfect, it's about how to deal with it. And actually, what we are going to do here and what we are doing in Unshyness project is we are learning, we are studying how to deal with all these hectic minds that we have, all this negative stuff that's rushing around our minds and all this stuff. So, what time is it now? So, we are starting now. This is the webinar, How Not to Be Afraid of Rejection. And I'm going to show you guys to tell you about three best strategies I can recommend you how not to be afraid of rejection. Also, we are going to discuss five obstacles that can go your way. Some things we will be discussing about why do we need to care about getting rejections and how to deal with it? Why do we need to think even about it? Yeah. And what we make it mean when we get rejected, and why your mind is against you, because really often we wanna do something, but our mind tells us, chill, it's okay. So let's start. Let me tell you guys about who I am. My name is Marsel Maza, and I started all this stuff maybe 7 years ago when I was in Russia at the time. And I just started gathering free groups of people to do exercises, to be to to face our fears, to face our social fears. And it was interesting that when I started to do this, it right away it became really popular in Moscow, in the capital of Russia. And I was surprised that girls started to come, guys, different ages, and even couples. And it's so interesting that the same pattern I see here in America, where I moved here and I started this project last year in New York City, and people really, they're so different. They're different ages, different genders, and sometimes it's even couples. Recently, one couple, like a guy and a girl, completed our 8 week course, and it's amazing. Like they've done it together. So yes, this project was pretty popular in Russia, but it has it had another name. You can see it on the screen. It goes in Russian, a really long name, but how I translated in English, it was the question for me. I translated it as unshyness, and it's pretty understandable. What is it about? Maybe not. So, what is unshyness? So I told you that I started to do these classes and helping people to be more unshy, to be more confident, to face their social fears. And as I told you that when I moved to New York City and I tried to find a project like this because I wanted to participate in something like this, just to come and to do this stuff, but I didn't find it. And this idea, okay, if I don't find it, I need to create it. And I just started to make advertising, and people started to come, started to asking me. I made a website on shyness.com, and actually we have classes every week. And the idea of these classes is very simple, that I'm as a coach, and this is a group class, maximum 4 or 5 people, and we are doing different, very different exercises. And I'm as a coach, I do every exercise first, and then each participant doing the same. And it is kind of an environment where you are with another people in the group. You see that they are also scared as hell to do something. And you see the coach, experienced coach that do this, and in this environment, you can do stuff that it's almost impossible for you to do it something alone. And after the class, you can think about yourself, oh my God, I did something that I had never done before. And basically, after a few classes, it's starting to change your behavior because you've got new evidence about yourself that I've already done this. It's kind of, and it changing your mindset. It changing the way you think about yourself, what is possible for you, what is not. So I told you about me, about my projects. Let's get to the topic. Why do we need to care about this? Okay, you've come to this webinar. It means you are interested in understanding how to not to be afraid of rejections. And rejections is a big part of our lives. We cannot just to say, okay, I just don't want to deal with it, with this stuff, with rejections. I don't care. Okay, what life are you going to have if you say so? If you are not going to face anything of your fears, or you cannot you cannot deal with any rejections, because we need to communicate with people around. We don't live alone, yeah. And this is related with our business, with our activity, with earning money, with our relationship, friends, everything related with communication. And if we are not ready to be okay with some even mild rejections, we are starting to be an introvert and to sit in our apartment, but basically you have the only one life, and your life is just passing away. Uh, so tell me, please, I have a question for you. If you're interested in this topic and you're interested how to be more okay with rejections, uh, right now about this topic, do you experience emotion of apathy or do you experience emotion of anger? Can you type it in the chat, please? When you think about your particular situation that you want to solve, maybe some you want to gain some ability to be okay with rejections, or to be more social, or to be more uh, confident socially. Do you experience apathy about it, or do you experience anger like, I just anger like, I don't like it, I want to solve it, and maybe this is the reason you've come here. Or do you experience apathy? So I'm going to open the chat. Uh, yes. Okay. Yes, just or apathy or anger. Do you experience apathy about it or anger? If we are talking about apathy, it means you don't care. If you experience anger, it's kind of not a pleasant emotion, but you kind of pissed off about your situation and you want to solve it. Both pissed, anger, resignation. hmm Interesting. So, and I'm going to get back to this topic about anger and apathy. Okay, let's list common rejections that we need to be able to deal with because it's kind of applicable to everyone. Being vulnerable with your closed ones so you can improve your connection. Expressing yourself the way you want, whatever you are. Getting new clients for your business. Ability to make a first step in any communication. Like those situations when you like, okay, no, I'm going to wait for this guy to how to greeting, yeah, to greet me first. Or you are the person who wants to take a first step in life. Ask yourself what type of person you are. So promoting a new product, for example, you have a business, you have something, and you need to promote it. You need to expose your product. You need to face those type of comments or negative comments about your product, like, uh, and it's inevitable. You've gotta deal with it anyway. Starting YouTube channel, oh my God, this is a big part. It's so psychologically related with being judged. It's crazy. Getting a girlfriend, no comment. Getting a quality male partner. The same way, I've got a client, a girl, pretty attractive girl, and she came and she told me that she needs to find a quality male, quality guy, and that she wants to date such a quality guy. But the problem that guys that approach her, she doesn't like that type of guys. And she said that she wants to approach them. She wants to be able to make a first step because she wants what she wants. She wants to be able to express maybe she likes some guy in some place. It's interesting view on this, because usually we think that only guys needs to approach women, yeah? So let's go. Okay, what is problematic type of rejection? Okay, guys, tell me please if you want in the chat, what is the current problematic type of rejection you are stuck on? What is the parts? Maybe you can name the parts of the life. Maybe it's about business. Maybe it's about starting YouTube channel. Maybe it's about starting filming reels to TikTok or to Instagram, like short videos. Uh, Share with me what is your particular problem now related with rejections? What type of rejection? Business operations, putting my ideas on the internet, empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, getting new clients, social media, videos, posts, selling myself. Yeah, it's good. Thank you for this. So it's interesting. I had a client who completed 8-week course, and on 8-week course, on China's 8-week course, you got individual homework. And for this client, it was important about his business development. At the time, he had a bakery, and he needed to promote his product. And one of his homework, it was actually coming to the enterprises, to the cafes, to the restaurants, and talking to the manager. Just you come there, you need to find the manager, and you need to show them your production. And he was doing this. It was his homework, and it was related with business directly. So let's proceed. We've been taught to avoid rejection. Think about it. All our lives, we've been taught by society, by everybody around, that we need to avoid mistakes, because rejections at it's kind of, you need to do everything perfect. You don't have the ability to fail. And it's kind of crazy because I literally do this project on Shyness. I love this project, but firstly, I'm doing it for myself, to allow to myself to fail, because anyway, when I do something new, I've gotta fail. And maybe I'm doing this webinar also, and I allow myself to fail because I know this is just a process. Don't look stupid. You've gotta get a permission. And all these voices in your mind, like the voice of your teacher at school, the voice of your elder brother, and they are still affecting your behavior. And what we can do with this, firstly, we need to be aware of what is happening in your mind, because this is what affects your behavior, and it affects your life, it affects your actions. What others can think of you, oh my God. And the short story, it was many years ago. It was in Russia, and it was a sunny day. Maybe not so sunny. Maybe what it was the problem, that it wasn't a sunny day. And I thought whether I am allowed to wear sunglasses or not, because I wasn't sure. I felt like I need to get a permission, and I came out to the on the streets, and I was looking around to find a person who wear who wore sunglasses, because I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be like too distinctive, because when you are too distinctive, especially in Russia, you kind of exposing yourself. And when you're exposing yourself, you kind of opening up the attacking you, judging you, yeah. And it's crazy to think, to analyze even this type of behavior, that I was afraid of wearing sunglasses. Jesus Christ. So, and this is the question that I asked myself, and probably you are asking as well, like, why is my own mind against me? Did you have this type of situations when you're excited, you decided, okay, starting from that day, I'm going to do this, that, and that, but when it's time to do actually to actually act, to actually do the stuff, your body's starting resisting. You feel like sick, you just don't want to do it, you don't have an energy, and your mind is trying to persuade you not to act like any other time. Just you need to do some other stuff. And why is it happening? Wouldn't it be easier just, okay, I'm going to do this, and my mind's on my side, and we're just, my body on my side, and we're just doing stuff like this? It would be great. And I actually, I don't understand why, um, but what I can say that this is the way it is, okay? And this is applicable to everyone. I don't know, evolutionary, somehow our minds this way. And we need to understand that often our mind is against us, our own minds. We have thoughts, we have negative thoughts, and we feel like, okay, this is my thoughts, this is my feelings, but actually, you have not to believe them all the time because they are pretty random very often. So tell me, please, in the chat, it's the same. Yeah. Did you have these type of situations when you decided to do something and you're excited, and but when it's time to do it, you just can't. You have no energy, you have no motivation, but after maybe after a day you have a regret, oh my God, I need to do it, but when again you need to do it again, your body against it. Do you have those type of situations? Tell me in the chat. Those who practice rejection others are merely setting their standards and opinions upon other human being. We owe our perspective on various matters. Rejection is refusing another beliefs. Oh, to be honest, too difficult for me to grasp it right away. Okay, so you're being pursued. So, okay. And really, we are full of concepts. We are full of beliefs that actually run our life. And we need to be aware of what is happening because this is the first step to be aware, to understand what is happening inside your mind. And very often, when we just write down what is actually the thought process we have in our mind, and it looks ridiculous, it looks hilarious. That's, oh my God, are you serious? This is what I have in my mind. But it's not just thoughts. This is the stuff that's programming you. This is the stuff that affecting your behaviors, that's stopping you from acting. This is your thoughts, and we need to treat them really seriously. And tell me what you make it mean. Okay, we can have different type of rejections. The harsh ones, maybe not the harsh ones, but think about it, that when you are being rejected, what you make it mean. For example, you gotta get some clients and you go and you start in visiting some companies and everybody today just rejected you. What you make it mean? Do you make it mean that you are um, broken about it, or you are a broken person, you are bad, you make it mean something bad about you, that you are done, it doesn't matter even to proceed. But what I want you to understand that this is in our control what to make it mean. And I know it's not easy. You can understand it intellectually. Okay, yes, I understand. I don't make it mean something bad, but we need to try. We need to try, we need to observe our minds, what we make it mean about any rejections we get. Because actually, if we are making it mean that we are bad only because of the outside rejections, opinions, and judging that we got, so we are right. You are going to be right 100% if you believe in this. But I want you not to believe in this, and I want you to try to work on this, not to believe in this, because this is very crucial. Yeah, and what I make it mean, look. I'm doing this webinar. We are having a great time. I'm doing something new. I'm excited. And I was afraid actually to not not to work on something about Zoom, yes, but I'm not going to make it mean if I even fail today, okay? Because this is the process. This is what I'm doing. And I know that from my experience, when I do so much different stuff and I face my fears, I fail a lot. And I know that even if I fail, I'm getting closer. If I if comparing if I just don't do nothing, because it makes sense even exposing yourself. Even if you fail, you are getting closer to your dreams. And yeah, this kind of an example is just a quick example about think about if someone told you that, oh my God, you have a blue hair. Your blue hair is such ridiculous. It's a nonsense. But okay, I don't have blue hair. Would you be making something mean about someone if this person criticized your blue hair if you actually don't have a blue hair? You wouldn't. It wouldn't be a problem for you, okay? And it's interesting to use such a tricks about literally we've been taught that we need to react on the rejections that we get. We need to take them seriously. We need to take them personally. We don't need to expose yourself to be distinctive because you are kind of making a problem. You're making your life more problematic. Yeah, and I want to tell you about what I'm doing now currently. I'm filming people a lot every day, and it was a challenge for me to start filming people. It was really my stuff that I feared a lot. The way I filming them, I approach them with the phone and I film them right away, point blank, and I ask them questions. And uh, I started doing this in August, and I was really shaken when I was doing it for the first days, and then it was getting better. And then when I was getting new experience, new evidence, it was easier for me to work on my mindset at the same time. It was more persuasive because I don't believe that you can sit in your apartment and just read books and to understand those type of concepts. It's not going to help you. Maybe, okay, maybe it's going to help you, but this is why I literally do my project on shyness. This is practical classes. This is real stuff. This is physically, this is life. You are coming for the class and you are really exposing yourself. And I just showing you that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Because in your mind, it 100 times but worse. But when you actually face those things in a funny way with the group, with me, with the coach, it's not so bad. And this type really releases you. So, and having fun, guys. I always say to my clients, having fun. And if I am asked why I'm doing this, why I'm doing that, I seriously tell them, I seriously can answer, having fun. Because when you're having fun, you don't have any attachments. When you have attachments, you kind of rigid, you can express yourself, and people are suspicious about that. If you are if you are constraining this flow of your self-expression, people literally suspicious about whether you are honest or not. But when you are having fun, you don't have attachment, and whatever the response you get, you are having fun. Everything is great. It's just life. You are having fun. It's so easy. We are too serious, yeah. And I see some clients, even sometimes they come to the class and they are going to fight. But no, 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 no. I know that the big part of this, from especially this is about me as a coach, to make a vibe, to make an environment on the class that you also having fun. It's not about struggling, because you are not going to get anything that you are okay. I'm going to struggle, but I will do it. Guys, it's better to have fun. It's easier to get some results when you don't have an attachment, because when you have a strong attachment to the result, you are getting it, you are making it worse. You are making it worse. You are making your burnouts more often, to appear more often. So reconfirmation of your beliefs about yourself. Okay, yes, so let's go next. Why is it so hard to change your behavior, really? Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Who had the same when you were afraid? Okay, my question for you guys, I'm asking you, please answer in the chat. Who had the same when you were afraid something as hell, but when you did it, you asked yourself, why have I been so afraid? Remember those moments. Have you ever had those moments like literally it had been compounding. You were delaying to do something, but then you just got yourself together, you just did it, you did it fast, and you were so surprised that you did it. And like, what the hell? Why I spent so much time not to try and writing about post for my integrative medicine practice. Okay, good. Going up to talk to someone I was interested in. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was compounding inside you, this energy, like, oh, you just feel it. It was tighter and tighter, tighter and tighter. But then you just, okay, you did it. And after this, you kind of, oh my God, what was the problem? But I want you to understand why is it happening, because in your mind, this is 100 times bigger. Believe me, we are talking not about going to the war and killing people, okay? We are going to about social rejections. What can happen even in the worst case scenario? Like, okay, you're not going to die, okay? It's all about your ego. It's all about the negative feeling that you are experiencing and the ability to deal with them somehow, the ability not to follow them, maybe. Okay, we are going to talk it in a bit. So, and one of my clients, uh his goal was to be able to approach any girl that he wants to approach. And he asked me the question, Marcel, why is it so difficult for me to approach a girl? And I just told him that, okay, you're 32, and for your 32 years of your life, every time you've seen a girl, an attractive girl, what were you doing? You've seen a girl, You knew that you like this girl and you didn't approach her because also maybe your minds were telling you some excuses not to do this. And for all these 32 years, you have been training your mind not to do those approaches. And now you decided, like, okay, we are going to do it. But it doesn't work this way. You've already trained yourself. You already have ingrained habits about it. And it's going to take some work. And I don't want you to be surprised when you trying to change your behavior, to confront it, to face your fears. Guys, it's not going to be like unicorns and daisies and like popsicle on a hot day. It's not going to, okay? You need to be ready mentally that, okay, you are going to get some grit. It's going to get some time, okay? And all these advertisement about learn the language in 2 weeks or change your behavior, like get rid of all the fears in 2 weeks, okay? It just doesn't work, okay? And you are going to even to spend more time being confused by it. Yes, and this is just, it's compounding. If you haven't been started doing something for some time, you've taught yourself not to start. And when you are going to actually start, you are going to have a resistance. But believe me, these resistance are going to go away if you are going to persevere and just to proceed for some time. But at the beginning, it can be harsh, really. You need to get new evidence. And this is about our classes that you literally, I'm putting you in the situation where you see that it's not so bad. It's not so scary. And it's not so bad even to be rejected. Because when you think about it in your minds, it's like, oh, I'm going to die. And you literally believe you are going to die. Your mind makes you believe this. And you feel it. You can write it down, these thoughts. It's going to be literally that you are going to die. This is how severe it is. But when you got the experience that you didn't die, when you done some exercises on our classes, it changes you. You're starting to question, hey, mind, I don't believe you anymore. So, and now we are going to discuss 5 obstacles on your way to be able to be better to deal with rejections. 5 obstacles and 3 strategies that I recommend. And after this, we will be having a block where you can answer or you can question or you can make any questions. You can send me any questions and I will be answering your questions at the end. So obstacle 1, we use rejection as a reason not to proceed. It's about, I've had a client and I told him that it's pretty common. It's pretty common behavior. For example, when you have some homework. He had some homework to do, and he tended to make himself to get a burnout, because when you get the burnout, you kind of have such a severe emotions, negative emotions, that you cannot even deal with them. You just shut up. All your body shut up, and you kind of have an excuse not to act. But we need to be aware of this. We don't need to use rejection as an excuse not to proceed, not to get new rejections, because it's very easy to get into this cycle, to use it like, okay, I'm pissed off about this situation. I'm going to start. You are starting. You are getting just a few rejections, and after this, oh my God, it's so bad. I'm burnout, and but you specifically making these situations sometimes go such a way to get a burnout, to because getting a burnout, you have an excuse not to act. And this is a cycle. This is an interesting psychological cycle. When and interesting question for you guys. Please answer in the chat. Who've had these situations when you rejected yourself before getting a real rejection? You were preparing yourself so hard and you didn't even start to act, but you already rejected yourself because you believe in this that, oh my God, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to do even this because I'm 1,000,000,000% are going to be rejected. It's not even I will, I already am. But actually, you haven't done anything. And I want you to understand, I want you to be aware this is your mind playing games with you. Yes, I do this quite often, lots of mind reading others. Yes, and it's interesting about that you mentioned, Claribel, about you are trying to read minds of others. Oh my God, I can relate to this. I know how exhausting it is. And it's interesting. I'm going to tell you about our first exercise on our classes, and every participant always know that the first exercise is going to be 5 high fives. And this is our warm up. You need to go and you say, hey, high five, hey, high five, hey, high five, and you are not able, you need to skip nobody, because when you just starting to think, okay, this person are going to give me a high five or not, and you are trying to read their minds, you are trying to assume something, and it's so exhausting, and you are stuck right there, okay? But if you do this exercise the way it should be done, this is amazing. You just go, hey, high five, high five, high five, and you're literally like, wow, what is happening? Why is it so easy? It is so easy because you don't have a time to think about it, to read someone's mind, okay? And it works like a magic. It's so interesting because basically your enemy is your own mind. Your enemy is your own mind. Your enemy is your limitations in your mind. Just imagine your life if you didn't have them. What would it be? It's crazy. Example with the client who used, yes, okay, we discussed it. So the second obstacle, I have to be ready. Oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite, yeah. So please send some plus in the chat if you are the same person when you start something, just, okay, I need to be ready. I need to be ready. And you say to yourself that when I'm ready, I'm going to start, but I'm not ready. And it's kind of a trick. Send some plus. Okay. Right. What we have? Well, prior to taking the 8-week course, I was like this. Yeah. Now I am more open to just jump. Yes. It's about jumping, because when you jump, what are you doing, Conrad? When you jump, when you jump, You are jumping over your limitations, literally. And what I'm doing when I have this, and I have this all the time, okay? Yes, you just it it's not, I don't know, maybe it will gone away, but even me, I want you to understand, even if you see, okay, Marcel is so maybe some confident guy, blah, 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 blah. But it's not about that I don't experience this. It's about that I know that I'm able to deal with all of this. And it's not so loud in my mind because I don't allow it to be so loud. I have to be ready. But how I'm doing this is one technique that I want to share with you. And this is about start acting in emptiness. I don't know, make it sense or not. I'm kind of explaining it to myself in this way. And I have all these thoughts that just they are screaming inside my mind. You have to stop. Just stop, stop. Don't do this. You are going to be arrested. You are going to just ridiculous exaggerations of my mind. Okay? And what I'm doing, I don't argue with them. I respect them. Okay? I'm kind of, okay, guys, you are here. You are with me. You are here. And I literally, I go the physical step. I make a step and I know that I make a step, I already start acting, and I just it's some feeling that I allow myself to make a step to uncertainty, to make a step to something I just don't know. And the more I do it, actually I have a that I want to do it because I know it's so thrilling. I know that after this, after I did this, I'm kind of excited about myself. I have energy. This is encapsulated energy there. The energy is going out. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, particularly when you do something that you've been afraid of doing, you get in those rush of energy. Yes, I did it. Yes, and this is the great energy actually to start doing some amazing stuff in your life. That is why it's possible to develop a new habit to act when you are not ready. Just think about it. Just make up your minds about that. You don't need to be ready to start acting, okay? It's completely okay to start acting when you are not ready. At the beginning, it's not going to be easy, okay? But the more you repeat it, the more you follow this decision, the more you follow this concept, it's going to get easier and easier. Just tell yourself, you literally can tell it yourself. You can tell it out loud, like, okay, I experienced this, and that. I'm completely not ready. It's ridiculous, but I'm going to act anyway because it's important for me. This is my life. The next one, burnout. Oh, this is great. So, guys, burnout, we all experience burnout. Everybody, okay? We are not perfect, but what I recommend to really keep track of burnout, to understand how often they happen, to analyze why it is happening. Because even sometimes, as I had said before, we use burnout to be in a cycle of making an excuse not to act. And this is a cycle. Look at this. You are kind of angry, you are pissed off about the situation, and you want to change something. Okay. After this, you start in doing something. Okay. And you are doing it in not a way you should be doing because you subconsciously leading yourself to the burnout. And you are doing this burnout and you have an excuse not to act, and you kind of have an excuse to not to do your action, and you because you are burnout. But what happens after a few days of your burnout? You are getting okay again, and after this, the cycle repeats itself because you are going to be pissed off again because the situation didn't change, didn't change, and this is cycle again. You go, you are going to be angry because you are going to be angry. You are going to do something, and you are going to get yourself to the burnout again. And tell me, please, anyone, tell me, please, in the chat, anyone who had discovered the same behavior type, that you've got some cycles like this, that you have a burnout. After a burnout, you are ready, you are pissed off, you are trying to do something, then burnout again, and this cycle repeats itself. Anyone had this or not? It's most certain to. Because it's easier to repeat those type of cycle. And what's important here to really analyze what is happening really inside your mind. Keep track on this. I keep track of many things, and one of the item of this tracking, keeping track my burnouts, that I can see, okay, I had a burnout on those type of days. And I didn't notice until you said it. Yes, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, and now you've heard this and you can reanalyze it, yeah, with this knowledge, that you can to understand what really have been happening with you. Yes. And this is a cycle, and we are so pissed off. Okay, I'm not getting any result. And maybe because you are in a cycle that repeats itself, and cycle is a circle. There is no end, and you need kind of to do something else. You need to leave those cycle. You need to get some help from outside perspective, to look at you from outside perspective, to show you that you are in a cycle of this, to analyze your behavior together with your coach, for example. Yes, after giving you all in work only for it not matter. So the next one is obstacle 4, fear or excitement. I like this topic. I just think about it. This is the same emotion. When I tell this to my clients, they're surprised. But fear and excitement, I tell you, this is the same emotion in your body. But what is the attitude? What is your attitude toward this emotion? This is kind of fear, you are scared, or this is excitement, like, oh, yes, yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, yes, this is excitement. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, I feel alive. This is fear or excitement. And I'm asking you right now, have you ever had situations that you felt excitement about something, but your friends felt scared about it at the same at this about the same thing? Have you had this? You felt excitement about something, and your friend like, oh, wow, no, 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 because it's about the different attitude. But believe me, this is the same emotion, and this is also how you just what is your attitude toward this? Okay, are you scared or you're excited about it? Yeah, just we need to analyze it. We need to be aware of this. Obstacle 5, taking too much. This is very often. And when I was telling you about the cycle of burnout, being angry, do something, burnout again. What the person in that type of cycle can do wrong is what I see on the top of the list, this is when you, okay, you are so angry. I'm so angry. I'm gonna change it. And you taking too much. You are taking too much, and this is kind of beneficial for you in many, many ways. And I will explain. It's beneficial for you because you are going to tell yourself, look, I tried. It just didn't work. And it was also beneficial for you that you're going to get a burnout, and it's easier for you to get a burnout than to be on a track because it's kind of boring to be there, and maybe you kind of have an addiction to these type of cycles, and we tend to do it like too much. Okay, I'm going to do, okay, so I'm angry. I'm pissed off about that. I don't have clients. Okay, 100 cold calls starting from tomorrow. You are doing one day, um, 80, 80 cold calls. The next day you are getting a burnout, and it's kind of uh, it's kind of you feel right. Yes, you kind of telling to the God, like, look, I tried. You're telling to yourself, you're saying to yourself, look, I tried. I did everything, but it just doesn't work. And you get a burnout and you feel righteous. You feel right. And this feeling of being right, it's so pleasant. This is like a smoothness here. I'm right, and they're wrong. The world is wrong, but I'm right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and this is a trap. This is the our mind trap, and we need to understand this. Examples is different. If you want to get in to get lose some weight, okay, I'm not going to eat starting from tomorrow ever. And you're just getting another burnout, and that's it. You are able to eat again. You are able to feel right. You are able to watch Netflix. You don't need to do the stuff actually you have to do. So only beneficial. And this is a trap. This is a trap. And what I recommend, you need to take less, and even more, even lesser than you think that, oh, it's too I want to do more, but you need to do less, but in a more consistent way, because when you are going to do less, you are not going to get a burnout. And it's not easy to get a burnout, because when you're getting burnout, you can drop everything and to say, I'm right and the world is wrong. But actually, no, just do this boring stuff. Just do this, your boring work every day. Okay, one day I need to do this. You keep track. Okay, I did it. Okay, again, I did it. Okay, again, another day, I did it. And you are not getting a burnout. And okay, your minds wanna tell you, oh, you're not getting any results, it doesn't make sense, na na na. Because our culture and our society telling us that we need to get everything right away. Guys, this is not how life works, okay? And we are just wasting, squandering our time when we buying that. Consistency works. When I created 8-week course, this is the amount of time I see some real changes in my clients. This is 8 weeks. If you are going to come even for one class, I don't like even to speak about. Yes, one class can help you, but we are going about your life. We are going about your behavior, your patterns. It's going to be some periods of time, okay? And to do it alone, it's almost impossible to do it alone. That is why it's good to have a coach. It's good to be accountable. And it's good not to have these extremes. Okay, I'm not going to eat starting from tomorrow, or I'm going to make 50 calls a day. No, just make 2 calls a day, okay, and report to a coach. 2 calls a day, just two. Believe me, you are not going to be burned out with 2 calls. Just do one. Do one. And it's not going to be easy even to do one. It's not easy. Do you understand why it's not easy to follow this? This is boring. This is kind of, oh my God. When you draw down, my question for you, but I think it's applicable to everyone. Did you ever have moments when you dropped the idea that you were excited about after the first failure? Tell me, please. Eh, And of course, everybody has their own capacity to deal with some numbers of rejection. This is also that is why we need to not to make our assignments, our agenda too difficult because you're going to get burned out. And this is what we don't need to do. Accept that failure is going to, yes, failures are going to be inevitably. It's just the way it is, okay? And but we've been told everything's going to be perfect. Everything should be perfect. No, it's not the way life works. I can't think of something at the moment, but a good question to think about in the future. Yes, because basically we tend to drop anything after the first failure, like, okay, it didn't work. Hey, why did you decide that it's not going to work if you just tried once? It doesn't make sense. Yes, let's go. Look at this. Just the way you talk to yourself. When you started doing something, you are pissed off about the situation and you are going to change it. Okay. What is the way you talk to yourself about it? I hope I can do it. Or this is kind of, look at this, the energy of this statement. I'm going to make this shit happen. It's, I feel fun. I feel excitement here. I hope I can do it, yeah? But even our self-talk, how you talk to yourself about it. Like, oh my God, it's so terrible. Yes, I hope I can do it. Basically, with this type of mindset, okay, you're going to try, you're going to be burned out, you're going to be angry again, and you are going to try again and be in that cycle. Or you are really going to make this shit happen. Just let's do it, okay? We often we are angry, but I see that we often don't even believe we can do it. Like, just we don't believe that we can do it, and we start in doing something, but this is the same as starting doing something, but at the same time pushing the brakes. We can use our anger as a fuel. Yes, that is why, guys, when I was asking you about you feel apathy or anger, you don't care about or you are pissed off. And I want you to know that if you are angry, this is good. If you are in apathy, like, I don't care, like, but I don't know, if you was in apathy, you wouldn't come to this. webinar because you're kind of pissed off and you want to do something. And this is your anger inside you. And I want you to know you can use it as a fuel. This is your fuel to really change things. And the more anger you have, the more of the fuel you have. I want you to understand this is a good thing. This is a good thing, and you can change things really. You can do it. You can, and tell yourself that I can do it. Skip it. Just give yourself some credit. Really, we don't even give ourselves some credit that, okay, I'm gonna try, but no. Give yourself some credit. You really can do this. Because when you think that you cannot, you're going to be right. And you are going to feel righteous about it. Oh, I know. You're going to reconfirm it. That, okay, I just knew I cannot. And it's kind of pleasant. It's pleasant feeling like, okay, I just cannot do it. I tried. No. You- It's so pleasant to be right. The world is not right. I'm right. What is your amount? Just, yes, ask yourself, what is your amount of attempts after that you are going to consider that you are not capable? Think about right now about the project, about your dream, about what you want to get in your life. You want something to appear in your life. And just put the number in the chat right now. How many attempts are you going to experience, are you going to get before you consider you are not capable, you are not going to get it anyway? Just give me some numbers, some number of attempts in your mind. Like, okay, 1, 2, 5, 10, 25. None? Why is it? You're not going to try? Anyone else? Ah, okay. You won't give up. So, okay, I got it. I got it, Paula. Yeah, but even at least you can say, okay, maybe give yourself 50 attempts, but not one, not two, not three. It's it's not enough to come to the conclusion you are not capable. It's not enough. And now let's discuss our three best strategies I recommend. Strategy one. How to be better, how to be, how to deal with rejection in a better way. Why we, why we are saying this? We are saying this because if we can deal with rejection, they are not going to stop us from trying again and again. Strategy one, to make a system. And when I say a system, that it's going to be some kind of a spreadsheet, it's going to be some kind of planning, some kind of plan, it's going to be some repeatable actions every day, and you need to start doing something every day in non-negotiable way that is getting you closer to your dream. And I want you to be so ridiculously even about it that you can start with, okay, this is a mic, okay? But you can start with a pen because firstly you need to get a skill of actually keeping track things, because when you things, keep track of things, keeping track of things, you need the skill because what you measure, this is what you can change. And you can start with a simple pen. Just imagine this as a pen. You take a pen, and your assignment for today to take this pen and to move it to another place. From the left side of the table to the right side of the table. I know how ridiculous it can sound. Okay. And what we are doing, you're going to your boring spreadsheet and you mark that you did it. And you do it for the first week. Is it possible to do? I guess so. The next day, you take this pen and you move it to the left side of the table and you mark it that you did it. This is you making yourself accountable for what you decided to do and you do it. Because actually, we have plans, we have dreams, but we don't work on this systematically. But believe me, when it is a system, you see the progress, and you can start with even such a ridiculous small stuff, okay? And I want you to start small. And when we start, my clients are starting their 8-week course, for the first week, their homework is going to be ridiculously easy. We need to get some pace because the pace itself makes a lot of sense. Just that you are doing something every day, not just thinking, oh my God, it would be so great to do it, and another day, and it's always somewhere in the tomorrow, and actually not in the now. But when you do this with your pen, believe me, you are doing a great job doing this because it is real. This is real stuff. This is not your thing or thoughts somewhere. You are doing some things because the next week you are going to do something more serious, and the next week, the next week, and the next week after. Okay? And I'm begging you, if you're doing this, you don't need to take difficult tasks. You need to start with something really, really small. It makes a lot of sense. Strategy 2 is stop in the middle of the fire. This is the hard one, okay? I just want you to know about the existence of this strategy, but this is the hard one. And this is about that right in the highest moment when you feel the most resistance doing something, when you feel like, hell no, I'm just not able to do it. Not today. I'm going to just to delay it. I'm not giving up, but I cannot do it today. And this kind of chocolate is so, uh, it looks so nice. But I want you to try to get an ability to stop, just to stop on the peak. You just stopped. Just stop and set a timer for 5, 10, okay, 15 minutes, but at least for 5. Just stop and set a timer and sit still and think about your life. Think about what is happening. Try to feel all your emotions that is happening. Don't try to push them down. Don't try to distract yourself. Don't go watch Netflix. Don't go eat chocolates. Don't go distract yourself with scrolling mindfully. Just sit there, face it for the 5 freaking minutes. Think about your life. And if you are going to get the ability to stop in those most crucial moments, you can find, you can see, and it can be open for you what is the reason you are really stuck about your thing that's you are pissed off, that you are stuck on. and nobody is going to help you. Nobody is going to stroll you. Nobody is going to come and save you. This is you alone. You were born alone. You will die alone. And in those type of moments, you are alone. Only you there. Only you need to stop, to set a timer, to sit, to feel your feelings, not to avoid them, and just take a look. What is going to happen when you do this? Believe me, in a few minutes, it's going to be not so hard already, and you can try this strategy, really. Just maybe apply your curiosity about it. Hey, I can do this. Let's try it out. Like in the middle of the fire. Maybe it's not grammatically right, but I think you got the sense, the meaning. And we tend to act automatically, okay? Especially in the moments when we are on the highest peak of negative emotions, that's our body resisting, just complete. It's just unbearable. And of course, we tend to act automatically, like distracting ourselves, like go watching Netflix, eating, scrolling, doing nothing, talking. But you break this chain of negative stuff and consequences if you do these 5 minutes, okay? This I call emotional release, and we really use this on our course about you face your emotion, okay? You are not running from your emotions, and you are just allowing yourself to sit and to feel them. And it's really powerful. Maybe you've never heard about it, because me personally, I heard about it for the first time last year, and I'm applying it, and it's amazing. I'm feeling more control of my life. Not myself, my life. The next one is the last strategy for today is accountability. Accountability always, during all my life, it worked for me well. And I just knew that if I set a plan about something and I am alone, I just know I am not going to do it. I'm not going to get it done. But when we are accountable to our coach, for example, to our friends, you can be accountable to your friends or to your coach. You kind of use your ego for the positive purpose. Like you don't want to look like a fool, like a failure. And okay, you have to do this stuff. If you said you have to do it because you said it not only to yourself, you said it to the other person, and you are accountable on a daily basis is the better way. And yeah, it's a great. If you cannot be afraid of what you feel, you have removed any reason not to face a challenge. Yeah, it's about what I told you about your feelings. Just think about it. If you are able to feel any of your emotions, you are invincible, because actually all the social rejections that you are getting, it's not about dying, it's about feeling. And for me, it was a new concept. I just thought, oh my God, it's just about feelings. And just kind of feelings stopping me from living the life of my dreams? Yes. Shame, embarrassment, and other stuff. This is what prevents you from living the life of your dreams. But when we are really ready to face them, This is when we have some changes. So, and I recommend you to be accountable to someone because alone it's almost impossible. It's easier to have someone besides when you decided to make some changes in your life. This is from my experience also. So we are already almost done for today, and I have an offer for you to make a call with me for 30 minutes. This is free introductory call, and we can talk about with you one-on-one about your stuff, about your life, about your struggles, about your goals, and about how Unshine's project can help you with this. And if you wanna make this kind of call, if you wanna schedule this is a free call. I want you to send your phone number and your name to the chat right now, and I will send you a message and we will arrange the call when we are going to do it at the particular day and time. All you need to do right now is to put your number and your name in the chat in the message. I have to leave, but thank you. This has been helpful. Hopefully, I can catch the ends of it on the recording. Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad that's my first webinar in my life, and it's been helpful. Yeah. So, if you wanna make a call, schedule a call, just put your number in the message and your name. Claribel, I see. And it doesn't cost any money. This call is going to be free, and we are going to really, it's going to be helpful call because basically we have 15 minutes calls with some of my clients, and even 15 minutes calls we kind of can get to something in this amount of time. But 30 minutes, it's a really great opportunity for you maybe to understand something about your problem. Power. So, guys, and the next section is I'm going to answer your questions. Any questions you have, you can ask me in the chat, and I'm going to answer them right now. Please, if you have any questions, I'm waiting. Oh, yes, we did it. I was so nervous at the beginning. It's so interesting that I'm doing more like stuff that's uh, more scare stuff than doing a webinar. But the making a webinar, it was the first time for me. And when you do something new, it was really, I was nervous. What to expect on the call? So I'm going to ask you, why are you interested in changing something? What made you feel this way? What is your problem? Or what you want to change? And about your personality type, uh, what was your childhood in a nutshell? What's your habits? What's your life situation? And getting this information, I can give you some recommendations from my perspective, from my experience. Chanel. Cool. By the way, you did really good. Yeah, thank you guys. Yes, I told you right at the beginning, and yeah, I was really nervous, but it's not going to go away. It's not about that you're going to get some course and you're going to be perfect. No, guys, it's not going to be perfect anytime. It's always messy. It's always about really to be honest with yourself and to be able to deal with it. And what we are doing on our Unshiners classes, we're showing you it's not so bad that your mind tells you. This is the first thing because our mind is terrorizing us, terrorizing. And this is not so common to understand that we don't need to believe all the thoughts we have. We don't need to believe all the beliefs we have if they are limiting us. Like, just guys, let's do something about our lives. Let's do some changes, okay? If we are pissed off about it, believe me, it's real to change. It's real to get those changes. It's completely real. So, any questions, guys? Maybe some additional questions about something. This is the first time I'm finishing my webinar. Yeah, I'm going to wait a bit for your questions. Yes, I have. I already have some topics for the next webinars, and maybe you want to share some topics that you want to have the next webinar. Maybe you can give me some ideas for the topic you will be interested in the next webinar or some questions. Thank you. Truly enjoyed this and looking forward to our call. Yes, Claribel. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Yes, it's a big honor for me that some people and I see you for the first time. Uh, yes, Conrad, I love you too. A lot of people I see for the first time, and it's so great to have those messages for me. It's a big deal because I so love this project and I'm so fascinated about that. I see how important it is because so many people they just tell them like, Marcel, it's so important, it's so great, you need to proceed, you are helping people. And I really see the changes in the lives of my clients, and sometimes they're so mind-blowing that I was, oh my God, how is it even possible? But it's possible, and we know how to do it. Thank you. Talk to you soon. It's dinner time in Dallas, Texas. Wow, great. Conrad brought a few of us in here. He's been singing your praises. Oh, great, great. Thank you, Conrad. Yes. Conrad is one of the clients that completed 8-week course, and I was I had an honor to be a witness of his behavior changes, really. And this is my honor to be a witness of this type of things. Yeah, thank you guys. So we are going to finish up. So I got your messages. Everybody who put your number, I'm going to text you. Um, so basically, yes. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you for participating in this webinar, How Not to Be Afraid of Rejections. Thank you.